Hey everybody, this is Star with Large Lads, and we're back again with another tier list. And joining us, we have Shokin,
Hey guys, it's me.
and we actually have one of our devs, Connor.
Hey, what's up?
All right, so what this tier list is, it's going to be we're using the D&D classes specifically, but it isn't limited to like the D&D scope. So like if it's a barbarian, it can be a barbarian in any kind of class, and we're kind of ranking it based on what we personally think is the coolest. And obviously, we're all going to have kind of some differing opinions here, so get ready for some hot takes, to say the least.
Yeah.
And before we jump in too much, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. And also, if you want to support us, check out our game Winterreach Emporium and give it a wish list. That's the best way to support us. And with all that being said, Tristan, you can take us away, and we can jump into the list.
All right, guys. Here at the start of the list, here we have the Cleric, the guy who he follows a god or some sort of powerful divine being that kind of sugar daddies their power. So you have to either follow rules or do what they want to get power from them. But normally they're pretty strong people, either with like healing magic or resurrecting the dead, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, I guess they would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if there were going to be a class on this list that resurrects dead people, this one would probably be the one. So like the issue is I don't know that I really want to be this class.
I'm not a huge cleric stan either, to be honest. I do think it's cool to be like, because they're, the way I think of like a cleric, they're like a heavy armor mage.
Yeah. And they are.
It is kind of cool.
That is cool. It is cool that they are the heavy armored like mage. Like when you think of a cleric, they always have the heavy armor. But they also they have less variety than I guess wizards, or less less potent magic you'd really think of, right? You're not thinking of a cleric throwing around like floating mountains or anything. But
are they limited to being good?
No, there's definitely bad clerics, definitely evil clerics.
What is okay? Maybe I'm thinking of a paladin. Does a paladin have to be good?
Really, what it is they get their power from a higher being. Paladins get their power from like an oath that they make. So so their oath can be bad and malicious as well. It doesn't actually have to be good. It's kind of like just the idea when you think of a paladin, you just think of a good guy. That doesn't mean that they all have to be.
So where are you guys leaning for this one?
I already kind of have an idea myself.
Yeah.
What
do you think?
What's your idea?
A lot of times I don't necessarily like being a cleric in anything, but at the same time, I don't really mind it. I see the benefits. I see, So I'm gonna have to say definitely a B.
Solid
right,
B.
Right.
I think I might be
definitely
lower on cleric than you.
Here's the thing for me.
Maybe I'm not actually. Maybe I'm not. I do like the heavy armor mage, but I don't like that they're kind of. Maybe it is cool that they're kind of limited in what they do. I'm trying to think of cool clerics. I definitely don't want to be a cleric.
Yeah.
But...
Here's the thing: is I would always want a cleric in my party, but I don't want to be the cleric. I want somebody else to be healing me while I'm out there doing the cool stuff. That's the problem with the cleric. Is they get sidelined.
Exactly.
In Baldur's Gate, is Shadowheart a cleric?
She is a cleric. She's, I think, a trickster cleric at base.
I don't think B is terribly off. I think B might be. I'm thinking it's B to C.
That's where I'm thinking.
Well, I was gonna go C myself, but then I kind of realized that, to me at least, I kind of like how they are a little bit more unique in terms of, I guess, the the sorcery aspect in terms of classes, and that I kind of like. So.
Yeah, and the other benefit to being a cleric is other people feel obligated to protect you. You're like the team wants you to be hurt last. There is kind of like a notable benefit in that. But I think just most of these classes, I'd rather be somebody else. Is my thought.
Yeah, I have to say the same. For me, it's either a B or a C.
Yeah, I'm between B and C too. I mean, definitively, I'm gonna have to let you pick Tristan because I don't actually know. I'm pretty in between.
Since you guys are both phasing here, I'm gonna put it at C. Because there are other classes. I think there's other classes that I'm gonna want to be more than this one.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
All right. The next one up here is the Artificer. So
I don't know what this one is at all.
Yeah, so artificers, they're like the enchanters or the engineer innovators. Like they make magic tools and they normally fight with that.
Okay. All
That's-
right. I kind of get it then. I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
So they're lame.
they're kind of nerdy.
Yeah.
They're kind of nerdy.
Oh, that's kind of what I'm reading. I mean, in terms of my opinion, but I don't know. Any sort of like intelligence classes, I'm not really super for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it seems like it's a lot of work. Like you've got to put a lot of time into like your tools and what's going on and whatnot. In other classes, you're just like you can have your power without any sort of like you don't have to go and spend 8 hours at the workshop the day before and make sure you've got what you need.
Oh yeah.
That's,
I think, and here's where I'm coming from.
yeah.
I've already made up my mind. I would say if I was ranking it based on what I want to be
Yeah.
it would be D tier.
Yeah.
If I was ranking it based on coolness, it would also be D tier.
I'll have to say the same for this one. For sure.
Yeah. The only thing that I think that would make this tier go up is like if you're in a world where you let your artificers build guns, then I could say I'm actually cool with it being higher. But
That's a good point.
in a base like a normal fantasy world, I think D's actually okay for these guys.
Yeah. I think most of the context for us would probably be around just a more normal, standardized fantasy world.
Yeah, and they're more of a supporting class anyway. It's like you don't want to be the supporting guy; you want to be the protagonist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, next is the classic hero, the protagonist in most stories, the human hero fighter, whatever you want to call him.
Fighter.
Yeah, fighter.
Fighter class.
Yeah, fighter class.
Oh man.
Hmm.
You can't really go wrong, can you?
No,
I mean,
it's kind of naturally the most vanilla class,
Yeah.
like in fantasy. Really, it's the dude who's
Mhm.
good at fighting.
right?
Uh,
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know.
And there's lots of them.
It's funny enough that he seems like he's the most B tier, but I almost feel like that makes him C tier to me.
Oh my-
Like it's the most average. He's a fighter.
Oh, in terms
it's-
of being, yeah, absolutely.
You know, and of the melee characters, I think he's probably the least cool melee character.
Yeah, they have the list. They have the least going on. It's just all of what they have is their martial skill, or maybe they've got a flaming sword or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I'm not huge on the fight. I don't know about you guys. I'm not huge on the fighter. I think he's
Yeah.
cool.
I'm gonna have to say, for me, it would be a solid B. But
B.
Where are you
Right.
interested?
I'm thinking behind the cleric, above the artificer. Just my thoughts is like if I get to choose, like boom, I jump in and I am this guy with these powers. I want to be one of the guys who have powers, not just the guy who's good at swinging a sword. I could just get good at swinging a sword in real life. I could just go do that. The only thing
Yeah, but
stopping
you
me.
could have, but if the fighter's good enough, he just kills the guy with the powers. so.
It's true. It's not that the fighter's not capable. It's just that
I would say top of C, just because I just think he's kind of cool. Like I guess the cleric has his own stuff,
mhm.
but
Yeah,
the
I think
fighter, I think the
that's fair.
fighter is probably like generally like more, maybe not even more well-rounded. Like I think his specialization and what he's good at is like a good thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you're in a world where there is violence, you'd want to be the fighter over a lot of stuff because you want to be good at it and not be killed. That's totally reasonable. The next is a more disciplined kind of class is the monk. So, some of the monks are kind of like they have some sort of mystic powers along with them. Some of them are totally martial as well. But either way, they're kind of cool. But they seem like a lifestyle. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of work. You got to get up in the morning to go run if you want to be a good monk.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Where do you? It's so hard. This one's so hard to read. To me.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's a tough one because it's not something I necessarily would
I think
personally go for.
I think that's mine too. I think I agree with you.
Even
I think
though
it's cool. It's
think-
just not something I would do.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think monks are cool, but I certainly don't want to be one.
Right.
If I'm rating him on coolness, he's at least B though, right?
Yeah, but that's not what we're rating him on.
Is if we
Definitely.
want to be them or
Yeah,
a
if
favorite.
you'd want to be one of them. Like if this is what you're going to choose to be.
What do they just like beat the hell out of you?
Yeah, well, some of them have like the can summon like a spectral arm and beat you up, or like in other times they'll have like a sort of like divinely like inspired, like they can sort of read some of the future in some fantasy, you know. But normally they're just guys who can punch you really good, pretty much, or you know they're kind of like fighters but more specialized and lighter armored.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people are gonna hate me for this, but I would probably put it at the bottom somewhere.
Yeah.
because probably even D tier, maybe just because it's not something that I would necessarily go out of my way to be. Even though it is very unique. It is a very unique class. Something that's
it's
quite cool.
As lazy as it sounds to say, to me, what really puts me off is I feel like these guys are supposed to have a disciplined lifestyle, and I don't want to have that.
No, yeah, and I'm not for that either.
What about you, Aaron? Is right here? Is this a good spot?
Where are you guys saying?
I'm saying above Artificer in D tier.
I was gonna say B, but
Whoa,
Really?
yeah, even though like, because in my head I'm like, I don't play them, but they are cool.
Wow. On a cool factor, I might be
like, I respect somebody who plays the monk.
Yeah.
Like, I respect that. Like,
Yeah.
you want a hard time. I respect that.
That's fair. That's true.
I think it's fair to at least give it a C.
Yeah, we could put it here at C.
I think D feels harsh to me.
It probably is harsh. I would still rather be a cleric than a monk. Yeah. All right. Next is the ranger. I think this is the ranger here. Yeah. So these are people who they explore the wilds or nature. They'll have like a companion with them, normally like an animal, a bird, or something. Good archers. They're typically like the best archers.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. I love my archer classes. So.
Yeah, this is a divisive class because I think it's a pretty clear line on people who actually want to be archers and who don't. Rangers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there definitely is. For me, it's got to be. I know it's got to be at least a B, but
this is ranger, right?
Yeah, this is rangers. Yeah.
I'm more inclined to put it in an A, actually, because I really love archer classes.
Hey, I totally that's reasonable. In a world with fantasy monsters, I think it's probably better to be one of the guys who shoots arrows than one of the ones that fights them with a sword. Anyway.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't necessarily go as far to give it an S though, only because I'm not 100% inclined to.
Yeah.
The
Some of them
favorite
have
art.
like magic too. Some of them are lightly.
There is that. Yeah.
Do we have an archer too, or is there not an archer?
We don't have a thing for archers.
This is like the archer then.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say A then.
Fighters could also be archers, but.
I would probably say A. I would probably say A. I think ranger's cool. If there's no archer, because I was gonna say I think your archer actually would be cooler than a ranger, but if the ranger is gonna occupy kind of like the archer.
Yeah, well, I guess
I would say
A. As much as you think of the fighter as a guy with a sword and shield, like fighters are kind of good with all the weapons, whichever one. But I know.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I'm cool with a ranger and A. I would have put it in B, but A is a fine place for him.
Big bard guy over here or something.
Not me. We'll get to what I like. But
Alright.
This is we got a big paladin class here. This is one of the cool classes. Okay.
This is what I play in Baldur's Gate. I like the paladin the best.
Paladins are awesome. Dudes with oaths to keep, asses to slay, and a sword to hit you with.
Gonna have to agree. I think. Oh man, it's gotta be. I don't know.
I'm
love
leaning
playing in paladin classes.
Not only would I want to be a paladin, I think paladins are cool as well. Like,
yeah.
That's absolutely true.
Hey bro, I'm a crusader
honestly.
At heart.
I think it's S. I mean,
that's what I want to say.
I picked the paladin. I'm an oath keeper, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I'm an oath breaker. I'm breaking your oath, buddy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Gonna have to be an S.
All right. That's. I think that's pretty reasonable.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. The next one here, I believe this is a sorcerer. Let me make sure I've got the Hold up, right? Yeah, this is the sorcerer. So people who have like magic innately built into them. They don't actually have to study very hard. I guess they kind of like practice their magic, but it's power that comes from inside of them, and it's a lot of variety in how it's like projected into the world.
Well, this is going to be a debate. I have a feeling.
Yeah, because if I had to be, I would want to be a sorcerer if I'm going to be some sort of magic guy.
Well, I'm looking. I'm not saying when I look at the list, I'm not saying like what would be the easiest, most OP thing to be. I'm saying what's the coolest thing.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of
not like
who I
not
want
like
to
what
be.
would make my life the easiest.
Yeah, I'm thinking of who I want.
That's how you're ranking it. I'm saying like who's the coolest to the party, not who would you literally want to be IRL. Like
sure.
For me, I'm kind of basing it off of a little bit of a balance.
I'm gonna say, is Wizard on this list?
Yeah, Wizard's on this list.
I think Wizard's cooler than Sorcerer. There, I said it.
I do too, but I also
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Sure.
I think Sorcerer's B because I think Sorcerer's B.
Sure, I'm cool with Sorcerer being a B.
I think a B's fair.
No problem.
I thought there was going to be an objection. I thought somebody was going to be Sorcerer pilled.
No Sorcerer pills here. I'm actually Wizard pilled, funnily enough.
I'm Wizard pilled as fuck, actually.
I'm definitely more along that line as well. To be quite honest.
Well, next is a very popular class in the world here, the Rogue. The guys who sneak around, take your stuff, assassinate people, do all of that sort of job.
Oh man, I love playing a good rogue class.
I'm just a Chad rogue hater.
Yeah, we hate dex builds here. If you're not,
I hate a dex.
Don't you roll away from me? You come up here and you parry me like a.
Definitely polar opposites there. Then, yeah, I don't know.
I get it though. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. For me,
Yeah, Aaron's a true son of Skyrim. He's a true two-handed Nord build.
Yeah.
We're not Khajiit stealth archers.
I would at least give it a B.
Oh, I would be okay with B.
I'm totally cool with being an A. Like I think rogues are cool.
I'd also give it an A. So I'm kind of like in between.
If you guys wanted to be A, you could give it A.
Yeah, I want it above Art Ranger. That's me. This right here is where I put it. But your guys'
class, I wouldn't play it every time, but every option where I would get to play it, or I definitely would take it.
Hey, look, if you make Aaron a paladin and you make me a rogue, Aaron's waking up dead one day, and he's not going to be able to do anything about it. That's the problem.
Actually, you're going to get a slow-mo of me obliterating your head with a mace.
Yeah,
I have to lean a little bit more towards A.
All right, so
I'm okay with conceding it.
All right, hey, we got rogue at A.
I know there's gonna be a bunch of loser rogues in the comments.
I was initially a B, but I decided I'm kind of leaning more towards A.
Hey,
Fair enough.
I'm feeling you on that one. Next is a Warlock.
Ooh, okay, I might be confused now. What the hell's a Warlock?
Warlocks are kind of like
they get their power from somebody. They make a deal, right?
Yeah, they make a deal. Either by like super powerful elf, like fae, or like the classic warlock is a dude who gets his power from some sort of Lovecraftian like demi being. So they're kind of the Lovecraft fantasy class, really, if you want to think about it. That's generally what they are, but they also have to do what somebody says. Really, the difference between them and clerics is pretty much always like just aesthetic, really. Like they both kind of have the same role. It's just warlocks aren't known for like resurrecting people. They're more known for having, I guess, more utility or weird esoteric kind of magics rather than very clearly healing stuff. And that's kind of why I like them more than clerics. But they're also
think that they're I'm torn between them and a sorcerer. I don't think if they're cooler than a sorcerer, I don't think they're much cooler than a sorcerer, in my opinion.
Sure.
That's just my opinion. Don't cancel me for my opinion, but I just, I mean, it is cool that I think there's something kind of like, less cool about like innately having your power unless you're like a super badass. I think there is like a little bit more of like a RP kind of like lore aspect to like you got your power from somewhere is cool.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's
But also, so it's kind of like I'm a badass because I was born this way. Maybe that's less cool when I say it. When I say it, it's more like cool, actually. Yeah,
yeah.
I would say Warlock over Sorcerer personally. I think it's B tier, but you guys, I
I-
don't know what you guys think.
I would also put it
I-
over Sorcerer, but mainly because
Yeah.
Warlocks are actually also known as like pseudo fighters. Like they're more of a fighter class than Sorcerers are. Sorcerers are good at like casting magics, but Warlocks are also known for fighting as well. So I kind of like that. They're normally like like magic and sword and sorcery rather than just sorcery. I guess that's kind of why I like them.
Oh, I like a spell sword.
Yeah, that's Warlocks are pretty much almost always spell swords.
I see.
Yeah. I would just say mainly for that reason. Actually, I would probably put it in the B tier for that reason specifically.
Yeah, that's exactly where I think that's where I want it.
Fair enough.
Otherwise, I would say lower.
Yeah, totally true. Oh. The next class is a classic in fantasy. It is probably the like indicator that you're in a fantasy world is if you have these guys. The wizard, the guy who they study magic for long periods of times. They'll normally get like cool cloaks. They'll have a great long gray beard, and they can do crazy stuff normally. If you find them old anyway.
For me, oh dude, that's gotta be like an S.
I
don't know.
I am totally cool with being a wizard personally. And you guys might be nerds if you pick wizard, and you might just stick with the cloaks and keeping yourself squishy. I'm putting on a full plate of armor when I'm going to be a wizard. You're not going to stop me from suiting up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the tanky wizard, buddy. They're gonna come. Aaron's gonna come swinging a hammer at me. He's like, "I got him." I'm like, "Sorry, bud." And I'm gonna turn his bones to gold. And I'm gonna turn his skin into goo.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I think Wizards S tier also.
Yeah. Do we like it more than paladins? I
No.
I personally think I do, but it looks
I-
like it's Aaron's
Probably.
decision though.
Um,
No, I think Paladin's cooler.
All right. Hey, as long as we're all clear that paladins and wizards are the coolest guys.
I think we can agree there.
Yeah.
So
All
far.
right.
Yeah.
Good talk here, guys. The next is the Druid. So the nature magic, like wielder. They'll have like animal companions as well as like the same as the ways rangers do. They'll have like normally they'll have some sort of like naturalistic, I guess, viewpoints of the world.
I'm gonna have to say for me it'd be a C. I'm not.
What is this one again? I'm sorry.
The Druid.
The Druid. I see.
Yep.
What's the hell's the guy at the end?
It's another Druid. Ignore that one.
Oh, okay. I was about to say like. I'm confused now.
Yeah. Ignore that one.
That's gonna irritate a lot of people.
They can be mad. It's fine.
Oh, I think Druids are kind of cool. There, I said it.
I think they're cool, but I don't ever see myself wanting to be one ever. Really.
Yeah, same. Look, me and Aaron had this conversation in another video where we talked about it. I think the coolest Druid is Udyr.
Type of Druids.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yes, the jacked Druid who's more like a homeless man who roams the world, the wilds, and beats you up.
That's cool.
That's the
that's cool.
coolest Druid.
It gives me a different vision of a druid than I normally.
Yeah. These classes, they kind of got more variety to them when you really think about it off the top of your head. But at the end of the day, I would probably still rather be a Warlock or a Sorcerer. I think I'd still put it here at the end of B. I'd rather be one of them than a Druid.
I think that's fair.
What about you, Aaron?
I'm thinking I'm okay with that because there's thing about Druids is there's like whack Druids and cool Druids.
Yeah. Now, what's to decide that you're going to be one of the... Maybe you get over there and turns out you're a frail little loser nerd druid who tends to the fields all day.
Jeez,
That would suck.
that would
See,
not be
that's
cool.
kind of the other side of it too.
Yeah. Yeah, not me. I'm not doing that. What I will tell you is... It probably isn't in the worst to be one of these guys, the Barbarian.
Oh man.
Big, strong people who have probably a big giant axe or hammer, and that's literally like as complicated as they get, right? Like they literally are pretty much always big dudes that hit you really hard with stuff.
Oh yeah. Man. I'm gonna have to say A tier at least.
That's pretty reasonable. What about you, Aaron? What are you thinking here?
I would think top of B because I don't think they're like I think they're cool. Tough. You know, I'm see Wiz. I mean, I could see it at bottom of A or top of B. I mean, I would see one of the two personally.
I,
I've always been big on those classes too.
Yeah.
So
For me, I would put it right here between the Druid and the Sorcerer. But I am totally willing and cool with it being anywhere above it. Like anywhere around here is actually cool for me.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
lean top of B. That would be what I would propose.
You want it right here?
that would probably be where I would choose if I were to be in the B tier with that.
Awesome. Hey, looks like we got it figured out. Next is a class that probably a divisive one because either people think you're the coolest class or they think you're the nerdiest class. That's what we're about to have that discussion now. Is the Bard?
Bard.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a big bard guy.
Yeah, I mean they're the trickster guys, or they're good, or like they're magic.
I mean,
it's
is there-
music based.
Is there more useless
Yeah,
party?
I
A
don't
more
know.
useless
I mean,
party
I
than imagine a monk, a bard, and an artificier all just party together.
think there's two. Yeah. I don't
I
know,
think that the Lich Lord's probably taking them out. Actually, I think the good guys are losing that story.
man.
I think here's my opinion.
Yeah.
I would never play a bard.
Me neither.
It already has to be C or D based on that.
I can't contest it that much.
And when I look at the C's, I would pick every C over bard.
Honestly, I might even put it at the very end in terms of what we have up there so far because I just don't.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, I don't know everything
Bard
else,
haters
you know?
unite.
Bard haters unite. I'm
Bard
not
haters
so
unite.
much a Bard hater, but I would also rather choose to be pretty much all the other stuff than the Bard.
That's kind of where I'm basing it.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be any of these other classes, I'm pretty sure I could beat you up if you're a Bard. So, I'm cool.
Oh yeah, if you think playing your song's stopping me, you're out of your mind.
All right. That looks like there we have the. You know what? Before we go, does anybody have a wild card class? Anything that they really like that they're pulls to their heart that they want to put
Well,
in here?
Now, and I know that this isn't a D&D class now, but I was thinking that, well, I guess like this is a class in general, but like tank, I guess there's like, this is kind of, it's much more generalized, I suppose, than these,
Sure.
but you know,
Yeah.
I'm a big tank fan. I always play tank in anything that I can play a tank in.
That's one of the flaws of the D&D system is even though barbarians and paladins are like tankier than the other classes, they don't actually fulfill the role of a tank in what you would think of in video games. They don't really CC enemies.
Exactly, yeah. Like somebody who's not really supposed to do damage. Like my job is to get everybody to hit me.
Yeah, there was a fan made class I guess that I played called a Dreadnought, and it's like he got really big, and he would actually like CC people like within an area, and he'd slow people around him, and he'd give debuffs to to attacking enemies around you. That would be, I think it was called a Dreadnought, and that's what I would want a tank class to be in D&D. And I would totally think that that's like a top tier class to be. Personally, I think that would be radical.
I would have to agree.
But if we're gonna just vaguely generalize, say, guy who is really hard to kill because he is very tanky or tough or whatever, kind of vague. It's kind of why it's hard to judge
Yeah.
it here.
Anybody else have any other classes?
I couldn't really think of any off the top of my head right now, but I'm sure I could.
I think that's pretty much. I don't have anything. So
I mean, is there any classes that are just like that like I guess this would be the bard that like he's like pure charisma, right? Is that the bard?
That's the bard. That's what the bard does.
Okay, yeah.
Like politician class.
Yeah.
Oh no, that would be good. Yeah, I don't know.
There's other classes in D&D. I think there's like the witch hunter or like the
Yeah, it's kind of. I was
Okay,
thinking
yeah.
your hunter
the
class.
people who specifically their whole being is to hunt monsters, or kind of like the Trevor Belmont of.
What would be? Oh, okay,
kind of
that's cool.
Like
Yeah.
I like the kinds of like if I had the option, it would be kind of like a Monster Hunter style class
Yeah.
with like guns, maybe even. I don't know.
Hey,
like something like that. you know?
Yeah, the witch hunters from the Warhammer Fantasy
Yeah,
universe.
yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I think they're
and
cool
I-
too.
Honestly, I put those pretty high up.
Yeah, if I could be a witch hunter with a gun, I'd probably put it above a barbarian here. I'd probably actually put it above a ranger.
Yeah, I definitely would as well. I guess that would be one thing that I could think of right now. But
What about you, Aaron? We're gonna pretend that this is a witch hunter, like a monster slayer. With
Yeah,
a...
I mean, I would say it's definitely A tier. I think it's cool to like specialize. I think like some of the specializations could be really cool.
I think
Yeah.
it's pretty bad.
Yeah. All right, I'm cool with it being here then.
All right.
Hey, there you go, guys. That's the definitive tier list. Brought to you with no questions whatsoever. Everybody knows this is totally true.
Yeah, it's like a
I wrote it.
perfect. Like, look at how it is. It's like a perfect.
Yeah,
It's,
Even like
it's evenly distributed. Yeah,
dude, bards are in the comments crying right
they
now.
are crying, and it's okay because we have to listen to it, sadly, because that's what.
Hey, you
they
know what's
do.
funnier? True. You know what's funnier though is that somebody out there loves Artificer, and it's like they're not the worst, but they're just so not interesting that we just don't even want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
They're not interesting enough to be last place.
Hey man, Chance would fight
Oh,
you
yeah.
over that. I promise you.
He's an Artificer.
Yeah, he's an artificer. He is a cool artificer, to be fair, but he's the only cool one. He's like a Minotaur artificer who's like actually jacked.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
But that's, you could make Minotaur be any class and it's cool, to be fair.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right, I feel good about it.
That's a good list. We appreciate your time here, guys. Any last sayings from the group here?
Yep. You like the video? Like, comment, subscribe.
We're good.
Yeah, give us your time and attention, and we appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right. Thanks.
Yep.